The most immoral enemies of Ibrahim Traore are black people. Black people, African people, in my opinion, are the worst kinds of enemies. Those that are wishing bad on Ibrahim Traore. In my opinion, the worst, with no morals. No morals, indoctrinated to always look up to the white man, indoctrinated to always want to be the one to do something. These hyenas, those ones you can bribe anytime. Snitches, people who are snitches. Yes, they have no freaking standing. They can never do it by themselves. They're not chosen. They don't have dignity. They don't have honor. They have no integrity. The worst, immoral, disgusting types of humans are actually some of those black people themselves, the people that are around him. Snakes, in my opinion, even Alassane Ouattara, the head of state of Ivory Coast in that West Africa, him and all the different types of cronies, fake loyalists to a puppet. Even puppets have loyalists nowadays in 2025. When it comes to issues of Africa, even puppets have loyalists. These loyalists that want bad for Ibrahim Traore, that don't care about the future of black people. They don't care about the future of Africa.
Like those people that you are describing, those are like loose cannons.
Hyenas.
Yes, anything goes as long as there's money to make.
Yes.
Fast money.
Rats.
Yes.
Sellouts.
Like scum of the earth, really.
Scums of the earth, disgusting individual, like America calls some of the people there despicable humans. See the despicable humans that America is saying, we're looking for third world countries out here that can come out here and take some of the despicable humans that we have and run the volunteers to have talks. Despicable humans, that term. Yes, Ibrahim Traore has some despicable humans, around the Sahel. I don't want to say in his circle. I don't want to say in his tight circle, no, because that circle has integrity. That circle, in fact, has an individual who was actually offered $5 million.
Imagine.
To want to do something against Ibrahim Traore, but he said, no, I shall take this to the Capitan and say, look at what they are offering me. They are offering me $5 million so that I can facilitate a coup against you, my brother. So, not his circle, but some black folks. They wear this skin. This skin loves to fight itself.
They love to make bodily harm against the same skin color.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
As much as we are so against imperialism and neocolonialism and we want everything to be decolonized, we want to do things for ourselves, we want to be self-reliant. How can we be self-reliant when we have sellouts among us, when we have traitors?
It's like we need to drain, like you always say, we need to drain the swamp of everything from top to bottom, drain the swamp.
A swamp, what is a swamp exactly again? What is a swamp? Okay, that's putting it mildly. That's putting it mildly. Some of these ones they are worse than animals. They're definitely worse than dogs. A dog can be so loyal, huh? What's some of your favorite dogs?
A Labrador. Yes.
A Labrador. Some of these African folks in that Sahel that are allowing themselves to be used for foreign interests ain't got shit on Labradors. Yes. Labradors, those dogs are better than these freaking people that are out here allowing themselves to be used to destabilize the Sahel, to destabilize the Confederation, to try to harm Captain Ibrahim Traore, who is following in the steps of the great one.
Thomas Sankara.
That Burkina Faso is blessed with a lot of people that have an integrity, huh?
Yeah.
That Burkina Faso, even the people themselves have a lot of integrity because the people themselves come out here and acknowledge and recognize the good that Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing and he's wanting. They are able to see the vision. They have integrity. You know why? They have dignity already. You know why? Because they are willing to go through sanctions and all of these attacks and all that. Some people are being unalived in that Burkina Faso because of these freaking attacks that are happening by these different terrorist groups. But the people of Burkina Faso are still remaining loyal
Yes.
to Capitaine. So it says a lot about the people of Burkina Faso. The Burkinabés. I like that, huh?
The Burkinabés.
Yes.
I've always liked the way the Burkinabe
Yes,
is.
Burkinabe.
Yes.
By the way, if you're just joining us and you don't know much about Burkina Faso, somebody from Burkina Faso is a Burkinabe. Burkinabe.
Yes.
Just like somebody from the Democratic Republic of Congo, the creme de la creme, the richest country on the planet, is Congolese.
Or Congolais.
Congolais, if you want to bring an element of French into it, c'est un Congolais. Mais lui, c'est un Congolais, lui. Il est Congolais, toi, tu sais quoi, bien tu es Congolais. Moi, je suis Congolais. Naza mwana mboka, nalobaka pe lingala. So, yebaka tesko yebi. Anyway, I doubt that most Congolese are here on this stream, but I see my flag over there, so... Kitoko, salut frérot, comment vous allez? J'espère que vous allez bien. Yes, I speak French. Yeah. The Democratic Republic of Congo was colonized by the Belgians, King Leopold days, who unalived 20 million Congolese. Oh my God.
So
Ridiculous.
many atrocities in this country, in this continent of Africa.
Yes. Look at this beautiful continent of Africa. By the way, fun fact. There are certain, I don't want to say rumors because I actually want this particular news to be true. Apparently, Africa as a continent, as you know it to be, as it stands upright,
Yeah.
big, so giant, so beautiful, the motherland, apparently it's upside down in terms of the map we know. See the map you've always been
Yeah.
accustomed to knowing? This is Africa.
Like it starts from the smallest at the bottom where South Africa is, and then it goes
Yes,
into that branch.
to say that actually South Africa is at the top and Europe is at the bottom.
Oh.
It's the other way around. But they designed it in a way, or they said it in a way to always want to be looked at as if they are on top there. Have you ever wondered, why is Europe on top there?
Because they got nothing natural coming out of them.
Why is Europe on top there?
Yeah.
So everything just worked out the way that it worked out. You're on top over there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
We the black folks, we have to look up to these imperialists. Why did the colonizers come from the top? So anyway,
That's an interesting thing that you just brought up. You know, it's like black people have to look up to these white folks.
and the way the world was formed,
Yes.
we also at the bottom, geographically speaking. With the South Pole and the equatorial region and the North Pole and all this kind of thing. Africa is also at the bottom, geographically speaking. Its position is also at the bottom. And so therefore the principles and the things that we want to align in this freaking world must all seem that those are imperialistic countries and those ones are colonies down there.
They need our help. They are going to always come to us up here for help.
Down there, from down there.
Yes.
What do you want? Aid. Wait. We gave you aid last month. What did you do with it? Did you buy 3-piece suits? You puppets. Anyway, I'll let you know when we have time. Anyway, that's an interesting thing I've been seeing. I'm going to look deeper and deeper and deeper on this, do my research. I don't know where I'm going to find this research, because if this freaking imperialistic country actually came up with this freaking way of wanting things to be, it's going to be very difficult to actually find the truth. So if you are a professor, if you know a lot about geography, about history, about what I'm talking about, please become a member. Let's open up these dialogues. Let's conversate. Educate me. Patrick Rose doesn't know it all. Although I believe I know certain things, I'm not stupid. I'm not a rat, a sellout. I have dignity. I have integrity. Understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
We are open to learn new things.
We have to. We have a
Yes.
continuous learning spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that is how someone comes to know a lot of things. And by exploring these things, talking to other people, that is where you branch out and you have different sort of opinions coming in.
Welcome everybody to the show. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming. You know, we always have a little bit of a monologue at the beginning of every show when we start. So thank you so much for coming in. A little bit of the names that are here. Papi, you are back. I see. I'll be quiet and listen today. No. Even if we disagree, you're welcome to say your piece. You're welcome to participate. You're welcome to let your thoughts be heard. Remember, robust conversation is what we're up for. Feel free. We do not dislike you, brother, although we had some form of tense exchanges last time. All is well. We have a big heart. We don't hold grudges. We are good here.
Yes.
African Guyanese here, living in Babylon, USA. Greetings, family. Love what y'all are doing. Thank you.
Oh, much love.
Perhaps maybe the voiceover
Yes.
wants to introduce itself to the people here because they keep hearing that angelic voice in the background, but they don't know who it is.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Arlene. You hear me all the time. You'll sometimes see me in the videos, but I'm here, Arlene from South Africa.
Yes, from South Africa. South Africa is in the news. Speaking of South Africa and speaking about where you're from, your president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has departed. I don't know if he has departed or is about to depart or whatever, but let's go with has departed.
Yes.
For Washington, D.C.
He's on his way to go and have the talks with the orange man in the Oval Office, Mr. Donald Trump.
I hope Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, your president, is going to have the balls to challenge the orange man.
Yeah, I just hope that Mr. Elon Musk is not present in those meetings.
I want him to be present, and I want Cyril Ramaphosa to come out here and not be shy to say what he needs to say.
Yeah, because this Elon Musk, he actually recently just tweeted something saying that this supposed white G-side is it's apartheid version 2.0.
Elon Musk must keep quiet because he was never elected in any position. He was just chosen by one individual. Let him continue to explore his ambitions and aims of becoming interplanetary. I don't give a crap if we are able to go to Mars in 5 minutes. I'm not going there now. You understand? I cannot abandon my Africa and look and seek for a freaking territory or a piece of land somewhere in space when I haven't accomplished my duty here as a Pan-Africanist here on Earth where I was born. This is home. We first have to succeed here on planet Earth before we can take our shit to Mars. Just imagine if these freaking imperialistic individuals, whoever the freaking hell they are, they couldn't play fair here on planet Earth. What makes you think that these freaking people will consider an even playing field on Mars with a black person?
No way.
With a black person who apparently, I'm sure, in their opinion, did not contribute to any technology that they have that made that freaking trip possible. Not interested. I'm not interested in that. So anyway, your president is headed over there. We'll see how that goes. But this podcast is not about South Africa. Perhaps we'll pick it up again later on. But let's go back to the creme de la creme, where there's a fire has been ignited in West Africa since 2022. Since 2022. Some people, we don't blame you. We all have different interests. Only are getting familiar and only are getting to know about the chosen one, the one and only president in Africa, the head of state, not a puppet. Captain Ibrahim Traore.
The one and only Captain Ibrahim Traore. The one who fights for his people. The one who is not shy, who is showing every other puppet in the African continent what a head of state should do.
Yes. And how one should walk.
Oh.
This particular youngest head of state, this particular Captain Ibrahim Traore is displaying a sense of maturity here that even the oldest types of president that have been ruling certain parts of my country, the whole of Africa is one country, is my country. I have every right to be in Equatorial Guinea, to be in Rwanda, to be in Kigali, to be in Kinshasa, to be in Cape Town, to be in Cairo, to be in Mauritania. Wherever the hell I want to go, I'm welcome. I should be welcome. By force, this is my country. Even you, Morocco, Algeria, Libya, you Egyptians, you people in the north of Africa that sometimes have the tendency to come out here and isolate yourselves, denounce your true Africanism. Even those places are part of my country, right? Anyway, Captain Ibrahim Traore, he's under threat, huh? A lot of people, more people love him, more of us love him, but there's a lot of freaking hyenas with ulterior motives here. A lot of people are so jealous. And what pisses me off, sorry, I hope you guys saw the title. It says uncensored, so we don't beat around the bush. We let our feelings be heard. We speak in a way that you people understand. What makes me more angry, what upsets me, is the fact that this skin here, these people with this skin, black folks,
Yes.
Africans, who know what Africa has been going through, who see how Africa still holds no freaking stage on the global stage,
Yeah.
are still here, willing to be used as scums of the earth to carry out these freaking attacks and attempts on the one and only person who's out here doing his utmost best to make sure that we are self-reliant.
Yes, exactly. And it's because of those colonial countries that some of the people in Africa are in such a poor state. So for them to be in such a poor state and then be given an opportunity to make some quick money by actually harming another human being of the same color is ridiculous.
Is ridiculous. I expect the shit that we've been getting from imperialistic countries.
Yes.
I expect these imperialistic countries, colonizers, to do what they do. What they did to Thomas, the great Thomas Sankara, what they did to Muammar Gaddafi, to Patrice Lumumba. I expect it from them. I'm not expecting these people to change or to have a change of heart towards Africa, towards black folks, towards our money, towards our natural resources. I expect these thieves, croissant, Macron, I expect him to continue to come out here and utter stupid, aggravating statements like some of these African countries are France's property. You know, this freaking croissant likes to refer to certain countries in Africa, especially those that are French colonies, as the property of France.
Property.
That's how they view some of these. That Ivory Coast, that's how they view it. Even this Burkina Faso that's out here fighting to have a shot at life, to be self-reliant, to have dignity, you know?
Yes.
That freaking France sees those African countries as, these are properties, man. When they see Captain Ibrahim Traore get on a chartered Boeing and go to Russia.
And it's still busy being protected by fighter jets.
Those freaking
irritates him.
Those French. They be like, what the freaking hell is this? This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. Those are our colonies. We brought civilization. They think they brought civilization to us. Man, we had it already. Shut your mouth, please. We colonized them. We brought the doctor's gown down there.
Yeah.
We taught them how to speak. We gave them French. And today they have the audacity to tell our troops to leave our own colonies, our own properties. We have the first right of refusal.
Yes.
Right? We have colonial pacts that we signed here. Conditional independence we gave them. They've signed on the dotted line. When they see Captain Ibrahim Traore get on a Russian plane, it pisses them off.
Get a red carpet upon arrival with high official dignitaries meeting him at the airport. It pisses them off completely. Where does Croissant ever get a welcome like that?
No head of state I don't, not that I know of. Maybe if you people know somebody, perhaps you're free to speak here. I've never seen a head of state being sent a plane and fighter jets come over. Never. This particular one is even black.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
This one is black. I know. Nothing is free in this world. Russia is doing this because it has interests in that gold-rich nation. We all know that. But let me say something. Okay, before I say this particular thing, let me answer this one question from this lovely lady here who says, what I want to know is if he's traveling with the refugees. Lol. If you're just joining us, she wants to know if the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, who has now departed for Washington, D.C. to go and see the Orange Man, she's asking if Cyril Ramaphosa is going there with those Afrikaners, those Boers, those white Boers who are out here lying that there's white G-side against them.
Hey, please.
I don't think so. But that's funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go back to the relationship between these freaking colonizers in Africa. I've always been of the opinion that a colonizer and a colony can never, ever, and it doesn't matter what language they use, doesn't matter how many promises they give us, doesn't matter if they've had a change of heart, doesn't matter if this system is not called a democratic system. There's just absolutely no freaking way, no matter what, that there can ever be mutual respect between a colonizer and a colony, just because in 1960 we decided to say you have your own independence, which was wrong, first of all, because there are pacts here that were signed for the continuation of colonization. But just put that aside. Let's say they never signed on any of that. Let's say truly these countries were independent by themselves and they never had to use the freaking franc. Let's just say that.
Yes.
How would that be? How would that happen? How would that exist? Mutual respect between somebody who used to shout at you first, somebody who used to whip you, somebody who you were labor stock.
You're the laborers.
Yeah, you are the laborers.
Yes, you cannot now be sitting at the same table as me and have the same equal say, as in, we're having an actual discussion.
Genuinely.
Yes.
Genuinely. The relationship between these colonizers and the colonies. Even though they come out here and they say they have their own independence.
Because in the end, Africa, unfortunately, right now is being seen to the West is you are asking us for money. So how can you honestly be sitting at the same level as us and say, no, this and this should happen around the world?
Let's take it even further. Even if you're not asking me for money, even if I'm not sending you aid, just the fact that I used to whip your ass before and I used to tell you what the freaking hell to do, there's just absolutely no way that I'm suddenly going to change and just start treating you with utter respect. How the hell? Put yourself in the shoes of a colonizer for a second. Extrapolate this down to an individual. You, my friend, who's watching this live stream, this authentic, real, raw, true talk, real talk live stream. Put yourself in the shoes of a colonizer. If you're a boss, you have a maid in your house, right? You have a nanny. You tell that nanny, that maid, what to do.
Yeah.
Now suddenly that maid is independent. Even if that maid makes it.
Yes.
You always know in your heart, wait a minute, you, don't forget who you are talking to, huh?
Yeah, there will always be that sort of an image on that person.
Yes, listen.
You.
I made you what you are today. You understand what I'm saying? Without me, you're nothing. Even if they make it on their own, you will still want to say, without me, you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not sending you aid no more. Consider that relationship. You have to think about that relationship between a colonizer and the colonies. We're just blowing smoke out here. To be truly woke, to really be wake up. You know, when we say Africa wake up, it means don't expect this freaking nuance or these new relationships between these colonies and the colonizers just because they spoke about 1960s independence, fake independence, just because they speak that. Don't ever expect those relationships to operate on a level of respect.
Equally, yes.
All of these freaking colonizers, for things to change, they need to go and start new partnerships with other people that never colonized them. Like Burkina Faso is doing with Russia. Hello.
Yes. Now that is a relationship of like we can both see that we are fighting these
Those people,
yes, those people.
imperialistic people,
Exactly. So we are on an equal playing field.
we have
So
something in common.
We have something in common. So let's see how we can do it.
Even if we are not fighting the same enemy, just the mere fact, I've never told you what to do, and you've never told me what to do. You understand? We come from different freaking worlds out here. Then we can,
Then we can conversate nicely.
we can somehow respect each other here first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you, Russia, you've never colonized me, Burkina Faso. What you want to tell me, right?
Yes.
And vice versa. You, Burkina Faso, you've never colonized me. Here, what you want to tell me. Yes. But as long as that freaking past exists where me, France, I taught you freaking people what to do. You're using my money there, the franc. And we have colonial pact here. And we send you aid. As long as that freaking past still exists. How are we ever going to be respected by these imperialistic countries? How? How, my people? How? Listen, we're not kids, huh? We're not kids. That's why I don't have any respect for any of these freaking puppets that sometimes go for state visits like Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. You've seen him with France Macron and all this. Puppet William Ruto of Kenya. All these types of stuff. I have no freaking respect about it. You can just see this puppet, when he's talking in France there, or when he goes to see the Queen or whatever,
gives everything up.
There's no way this puppet is arguing. What the freaking hell are you gonna argue?
Even the photos that I see of Alassane Ouattara and Macron, it actually irritates me. The fact that they are smiling and Ouattara is just big, wide open mouth, just smiling and laughing with this croissant.
That Alassane Ouattara, the president of Ivory Coast. By the way, if you don't know much about this story, the reason why we keep bringing up Alassane Ouattara, the head of state, please, the puppet of Ivory Coast, is because he's allowing his country to be used as a freaking gateway to the Sahel, to the Confederation, to Burkina Faso. He's allowing his country, so he's allowing himself to be used as a puppet for people to come in there as French agents to continue to destabilize Burkina Faso. That's why we're talking about this puppet. Yes. Anyway, that Alassane Ouattara, where's his wife from? I think his wife is French. Just look at that. I think that if you know it, please say something in the chat here. I think that Alassane Ouattara's wife is French.
And he's probably best friends with Brigitte.
Yes, so he sleeps with the French. You think he's going to come out here to do things that are in the interest of Africans?
No way.
The French is in his ear. Bébé, mais non, bébé. Oublie les Africains là. Les Africains là, eux, ils savent pas ce qu'ils sont en train de faire. Forget those little Africans. Let's just continue to govern this Ivory Coast, this country, this Abidjan, and then when we retire or somehow try to stay in power for decades. Do it like that Paul Biya. In fact, you know that Paul Biya sometimes stays in France? We could do the same thing. You know, bébé, speak to Michael Langley. He's the general of Afrikaan. Bébé, come on, bébé. Don't listen to these Africans. They will take you nowhere. It doesn't matter how much money they send them. They will never do anything, bébé. Listen to Croissant.
It says she's Algerian French.
She's French. She's got French mentality. Algerian
she's a French national,
Even those Algerians, they like to consider themselves as Europeans. How do you think at the beginning of this stream, I was like, hey, and that Algeria, I'm welcoming that Algeria, whether you Algerians like it or not. It's in my country. Africa is one country. Some of these people don't have the heart to understand the true talk, the true language of a real Pan-Africanist who believes that Africa should be one, who believes and who knows, who has the conviction to know that only if we are united do we stand a chance
to actually fight against these imperialistic countries, get our country sovereign.
We are about to. When we step away from you and your trap of democracy, you who ask about African Union that was prosperous, I say, read some more. Did you see Libya before or during Muammar Gaddafi? I don't understand the question, my friend, my sister from another mother. I don't understand your question very well, but perhaps say it again. Yes. Is that Leila? How do you say her name? Is it Leila?
Lerela.
Larielia?
Let's
Larelia?
just call her Belazair.
Is that the last name?
Belzair, yeah.
Belzair. Oh, Belzair is nice. It's like beautiful Zaire. You know that Democratic Republic of Congo also used to be called Zaire.
Yes.
Yes, and it was spelt like that, Zaire, but it had 2 dots at the top of that I. Belzaire. Thank you, Belzaire. Africa unite. Without that unity, we are doomed as Africans until Jesus comes back.
Yes, it's not a laughing matter, but yes.
Do you know that it's possible that this Africa will never, ever, ever reach its potential until Jesus comes back?
Yes.
If we Africans, we continue to allow these freaking imperialistic countries to come out here and use us as freaking traitors and sellouts to our own, like it's happening in that Sahel against Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore with all those freaking coups and assassination attempts.
Yeah.
It is possible that from the beginning of freaking time until Jesus Christ comes back, Africa never really truly reached its potential.
And that is such a sad fact. Such a sad thing to actually realize sometimes. But we need Africa to unite in this day and age. We need an actual revolutionary moment where we just see like a progress in each state of Africa. Just pam, 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 pam.
We need these 197 people that are here that have taken the time to watch this stream to really truly let it sink in, and then they must also do the needful to go and reach another 197 people who will also reach another 197 people for life to continue to push on this message of African unity. The spirit of competition and the spirit of Afrophobia that we have in the motherland is what is unaliving us. You understand?
Yes.
That's what pisses me off sometimes when the South Africans come out here and show a spirit of Afrophobia or xenophobia to the Nigerians and vice versa. I dislike the spirit of xenophobia or Afrophobia, especially within Africa. Because you people, you Africans, you brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, my people, my family, hello fam, diaspora, African descent, wherever you're from, the only hope we have is if we unite. I mean, look at these 2 countries, Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. The longest war. 30, these 2, that's this skin, this black skin, has been fighting each other for the interest of imperialistic people. They've been fighting each other for 30 years.
Yes.
For 30 years, those black Africans down there still haven't gotten an epiphany. Their heads of states are called excellencies. Excellency of what?
Excellency.
Excellency Paul Kagame of what?
Excellency of stealing money, looting your neighboring country.
Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, of what? Excellency of what? My friend, look, don't allow these freaking grown-ups or these elders or these supposed freaking heads of states continue to fool you. Excellency of what? In the last 30 years, 15 million Congolese, humans, with blood, with veins, like you, humans with heartbeats like you, lost their lives because of the mismanagement and the ego of these puppets. These puppets are out here for decades, sitting on these freaking thrones, while Africans are being unalived. And you want to come out here and say, what pisses me off is when you see them at certain summits, me, on that freaking stage, I will still say, hey, Kagame, speak, they're asking you a question. You have to come out here and you have to treat these freaking puppets the way they've always treated us.
As easily as we are just collateral damage.
We are not interested in being politically correct. And we're not out here to be liked. We're not out here to gain the approval of certain freaking folks. No, we Pan-Africanists unapologetically, and we call it spade a spade. The truth of the matter here is, in your lifetime, in my lifetime, yes, I'm only 43 years old. I'm so young. Yes, in my lifetime, Africa, look at the state of freaking Africa. It's always been like this. It's a freaking norm. It's accepted that those African kids stay down there in the East Democratic Republic of Congo. Those 6-year-old kid must go and mine. That little 8-year-old boy must be getting down into a freaking hole to bring out some freaking coltan. And some freaking person is standing outside the hole like this, waiting for that kid to bring some more.
Jeez.
Yeah, you understand? That's the freaking world we live in.
It's the world where also pregnant women, mothers, they are also at those mines. And when those women, especially in those conditions, are exposed to that, it can cause such harmful things to the fetus.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has been causing harmful things already.
Yes.
Yes. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, 50 women are experiencing those atrocities. You know what those atrocities mean? Per hour. 50 women are experiencing SV per hour.
Yeah.
Per hour. From those militant, desperate freaking militia rebels, including that freaking M23 that likes to come out here and disguise itself and want to say it's freedom fighters. That freaking M23 has been dropping bombs on displacement camps in Kivu for a freaking long time. But they're out here trying to fool the public, trying to fool the gullible, desperate Congolese.
Oh.
When I see those Congolese in Goma celebrating and giving some form of hero's welcome to these freaking M23, these rebels, it pisses me off.
What?
But I understand. They're desperate. They're so freaking desperate. It's so easy to just fool them, to influence them into believing that the rebels, every freaking rebel has ulterior motives. You know,
Yeah,
those Congolese are desperate.
The fact that they see that M23 as freedom fighters and fighting for their freedom of Goma, it's very sad that they're not experiencing that.
I am in agreement that Africa must unite for our freedom, both in the diaspora and the motherland.
Yes.
Yes. In the diaspora, Jamaica, there's a person here from Jamaica. Yeah, Belzair. What a go on. Jamaican people, I love Jamaica. Jamaica, you are more African than certain Africans that are living on the motherland.
Yes.
Let me tell you the truth. There's some fake Africans here on this continent. I'm telling you, be proud of yourself. Trust you me, just because you're in Jamaica doesn't mean we see a difference between you. You are more African, you have the heart and the mindset and the love of an African, a true African person. I love Jamaican people.
That is true. Me too. And Balzair, I think she's asking me a question. Are you one of the SA white refugees? Just curious.
She's got a sense of humor too, huh?
Oh my goodness. No, I am not. I am very fair skinned, but I am not a white person in South Africa. There are many different races in South Africa, and I'm not white.
Maybe today you're going to bless them by just showing your face.
Okay.
And then you go back there. Okay? Don't worry, the voiceover will show their face. No, I was asking this leader person. She was asking leader person.
Okay.
But that's okay. Balthazar, the spirit will lead itself for a second. You're going to see Aline's face now. She's coming. She's modeling.
No, please.
Can you stop modeling now? I see your face, please. She's coming. Are you looking in the mirror?
Yes, I have to.
Can you please be real and authentic over there?
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Yes, yes. They saw you there. Hey, ladies, they want to look in the mirror. Let me look in the mirror first. Do I look okay? But the rules comes out here and says, hey, what you see is what you get. Don't worry about the boldness over here. Who cares about that? I could have shaved this hair, but I decided no, it's better that I get on live immediately now. Yes, so Captain Ibrahim Traore is under attack. Burkina Faso is under attack. This particular recent attack that also happened when? What's the date? On the 11th.
The 11th of May, early hours.
11th of May.
Yes.
So when he was in Russia, some people were plotting.
They were trying their ways.
So with that particular attack, they wanted to send a message to say, we don't give a crap about the relationship that you are solidifying with Putin. We don't care if Putin or Russia will come out here and supply you guys with weapons. We will show you that we are not afraid of that and that our mission still exists. Us, freaking Al-Qaeda and all, to come out here and conduct freaking operations. We want to annex parts of Burkina Faso. There's a lot of territories that are under the control of some of these freaking terrorists.
Yeah, but they have also been onto that Djibu area of Burkina Faso, the specific Al-Qaeda group. They have been on that Djibu for such a long time because in Djibu, it's a home of the 4th Regiment of Burkina Faso military. So that's a very key unit.
Yeah, there's a base there.
There's a base there, yes.
So they like to conduct attacks on that particular base.
Yes, they do. Their geographic location is in the Sahel region, and that is a tri-border zone between Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso.
Right there.
Right there.
These freaking terrorists, they like to fight along that border.
Yeah, it's a hot spot for those activities.
For those terrorists, for those jihadists. Some of them, they just like to come out here and they want to steal from either places. They want to steal natural resources from Burkina Faso, from Mali, from Niger, Islamic Al-Qaeda. Those ones are hectic also, huh?
Yeah, and this Al-Qaeda, that Djibu area, they have been facing these attacks from these jihadist groups since 2017. Up until now, it started.
This particular group that came out here. You know, the news that's now talking, the news is saying about 200 Burkina Bay.
Yeah, they're saying 200 Burkina Bay has
soldiers
unfortunately lost their lives, yes.
From recent attacks.
Yes, exactly.
200. But I don't think Burkina Bay has not commented on this. Burkina Faso has not commented on this.
No, they haven't released a response to that yet, but they are just quiet on it at the moment.
They are working.
Yes.
They are working. But Captain Ibrahim Traore is not afraid of them.
Yeah, but of course those groups, they claimed the responsibility as soon as they could.
Yes.
And they did it through a US-based site intelligence group. Goodness.
No, but it is possible. Look, imperialistic. These terrorists, this Al Qaeda, also these people. Where do they get their weaponry from? You understand? Where do they get their means from? Their intelligence? How have they been? Even when this freaking US base and this French base were still in Burkina Faso, they were initially there for security, but they never succeeded.
No, because the attacks keep on happening.
Even with the presence of that freaking France in the Sahel, when they were there, and those US bases, these freaking terrorist groups were still active. They were still active. And I've always been of the opinion that these imperialistic countries say to themselves, we shouldn't eliminate or eradicate all of these freaking terrorists completely, because if we do so, then it'll be a safe zone and our presence here wouldn't be needed.
Yeah, and that means that these three countries, they are going to flourish. The Sahel region is going to expand into different other countries in Africa. So they don't want this to happen. They just want to keep it now into these three countries. and say, we are going to focus here and destroy what revolutionary thing is happening.
Is Al Qaeda?
Yes.
Of course, they don't want that. They hate the fact that the Confederation now exists.
Yeah.
They've joined forces for the sake of security to be able to deal with all these freaking threats. But that France, that US, those foreign bases there, that must be closed down. I agree with you, my brother Sticks the rapper. All bases must be closed down. Speaking of all bases must be closed down. That Senegal, Faye. Hello, do we have any Senegalese in the buildings? Faye, a young man. This particular young man is moving too slow.
He's very hesitant. Like he's like a child. Should I not? Should I not?
Faye, you are young. Okay, Senegal, stand up, please. When Senegal came in at the beginning with the speech of Sonko, the prime minister, they really... I thought that they would act. I thought that they would join immediately this confederation. But they're out here playing politics. You must remember that when Faye assumed office, when he was elected in to head Senegal, he immediately got a freaking state visit.
Yeah.
In France.
This is where the strings are. We are catching it now. This is where you get your orders from. Now you come here, and now when you go back, just do it.
Let's give that Faye, that young head of state, the newly head of state, a state visit so that we can attach the strings on him. And number one, we will make sure that we give him his first mission. Your first mission to this block of ECOWAS, that freaking Western African whatever, ECOWAS, that corrupt institution, came out here to also say that it is Senegal will act as a mediator between the Confederation, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, and ECOWAS to help persuade these three countries to return to ECOWAS. So we didn't expect... When I started hearing that crap, I was like, this Senegal will not join this confederation anytime soon. They've got the voice of Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. That one is the godfather in that region. That one is the godfather of corruption.
The walk on Tinubu as well. That is just like, I know all. I do all.
Do you think when you see that Bola Tinubu, is he a revolutionary?
No, man.
Is he out here to liberate the Nigerian people who are also going through a lot of mess there in some of those states in Nigeria?
Yes.
There's been recent attacks too, One of the base in Nigeria was attacked by Boko Haram. That freaking Boko Haram is still alive and well, Do you remember those days when Boko Haram came out here and kidnapped those girls?
In the colleges, yeah.
Yes, in Barack Obama's administration.
Yes.
Even Michelle Obama came out here. It's unacceptable that these young girls are kidnapped and are abducted and all that.
Yeah.
Over 200. That was Boko Haram.
Like 250 college girls.
In Barack Obama's administration. Guess what? Trump's first term came and went. Biden came and went. Boko Haram is still alive and well. Now Boko Haram even has the guts to come out here and attack the base of the Nigerian army. One of those bases there, they attacked it. They did some unaliving there, and they took all the freaking equipment. This Boko Haram.
They came to just improve their armory for something that they are planning that's even worse.
Let me read this question real quick. Can the new military-led government resist neo-colonial influence long-term? Second, is there a plan for true Pan-African unity, especially among the youth? There's a plan. Let me answer the second question first before I take it back up to the first. I can speak from Pan-Africanist side first because I'm a Pan-Africanist. But there's a plan. What I'm doing right now is also part of the plan. And whenever we can, we'll do our best to mobilize peacefully. But our plan, with a little bit that we can do, because we don't have all the means, is to continue to awaken the minds of the African folks. And you too, my brother. Every single African should consider themselves as Pan-Africanists. You have a duty, if you truly see yourself as an African, to consider yourself as a true Pan-African. You should do that. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Leader agrees.
Much love.
Are you a Pan-Africanist?
Yes, of course I am.
Yes. Are you a part of the plan?
Of course I am. Well, I'm part of the movement of getting our voices out there of what needs to be done to be able to get the sovereignty of Africa back. No, get sovereignty of Africa.
Yes.
Yes.
It starts here, huh?
Yeah.
It starts here,
It starts from within, and it starts by getting your voices heard.
That's the first super chat that we got today, huh?
Yes.
So thank you very much, Lida. Lida, where are you from? Lida Nude. We have to give her props and we have to acknowledge her. Thank you very much for the super chat. We appreciate you. I have to make sure that the rules likes it. You understand what I'm saying? And yes, we appreciate you very much. What's the first question to those two questions I read? Can military-led governments
Resist neo-colonial influence long term?
long term? It is possible. It has never really truly been done, but I believe, in my opinion, it is possible, especially with Burkina Faso. It's only possible if this particular colony or this military-led government cuts all ties with the freaking colonizers.
Yes.
Otherwise, you will forever be influenced. They'll forever come out here and tell you what to do, and they'll want to dictate what you should do. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe it's possible. It's possible. We're seeing the possibilities right now with Captain Ibrahim Traore. Burkina Faso is a country under construction as we speak. And long-term means they should never sleep. Okay, I understand now where he's going also with this question. Long-term means that these freaking imperialistic country, neo-colonial countries will never give up. Especially when the true fact exists. The true fact is France is nothing without Africa.
Yeah.
If the survival of France depends upon the natural resources of these colonies that it depends on, for example, that uranium in Niger, that gold in Burkina Faso, all those different natural resources, if their survival really truly depends on these natural resources, long term, for these military-led governments to continue on succeeding and to stand up to this colonial country long term, it means also that these imperialistic countries are also in this fight, in supposed conducting these attempts or these assassination attempts on whoever is leading this military-led government for life, because their survival depends on it.
Yes.
That's a smart question.
Yes.
That's a smart question.
Because France needs Africa. That is it. That is the only way that France is lit up, literally and figuratively.
Yes. With the West still holding deep influence in places like Nigeria, how do we reclaim sovereignty?
Yeah.
You see, at the beginning of this stream, I started talking about how these particular African folks that are out here allowing themselves to be used by imperialistic countries to continue to destabilize the Sahel.
Yeah.
These African people who are against the success of Africa's progress in the first place. You see, France will come out here, or whoever these imperialistic countries are, whoever did it to Muammar Gaddafi, whoever did it to Patrice Lumumba, whoever did it to Thomas Sankara, will come out here and look for cronies, for disloyal humans, disloyal black folks who have no integrity, who have no morals, who are allowing themselves to be used as instruments to continue to go against the vision, the plan, go against these leaders. In this particular case, we have three: Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, but let's use Captain Ibrahim Traore because he's well known. Yeah. They will continue to come out here. So this particular question here, with the West still holding deep influence, you know that Nigeria, because he's talking about Nigeria, that Tinubu, You know, there was a time they were also calling him that they were saying that he works for the freaking CIA.
That's Tinubu, that he was an asset.
You remember, huh? He's a true freaking asset for the freaking West.
But he looks like he could be.
Of course he is. He's corrupt to the core because when he's an asset for them, when he's doing things for them,
Yes.
his pockets are deepening.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. So he's very right. With the West still holding deep influence in the pockets of Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. This is what he means. How do we reclaim sovereignty? Number 4, African leaders. Oof, that already stops me.
Yeah, wait.
How many African leaders do we have?
Hey. And then,
Before we finish this question, this sentence, it says African leaders. Oof, me as the rules already, I'm stopped in my tracks. Which African leaders? Who's a true African leader out here? You wanted to say something?
no, I wanted to say are African leaders. And he says old and new.
Ready to work together beyond borders, beyond ego.
Ha.
No, they are not. That's the shortest answer.
Because that beyond ego, that ego part is the highest for, I think, in my opinion, for African leaders.
One of the, yes?
No, because their excellency, they want to be bowed down to. They are the elders, they are the know-it-all. So they need to have the answers for their own country. They cannot sit at a table and work together respectfully on how to be able to rectify the continent as a whole.
We have another super chat there. I think you gotta acknowledge them. Ralfosa.
Ralfosa, much
Ralfosa.
love.
Thank you, Ralfosa. Appreciate you, Ralfosa.
Pan-Africa is a must. Yes, it is, Ralfosa.
Like I was saying every African has a duty to consider themselves a Pan-Africanist. You don't have to have studied, by the way, to be a Pan-Africanist, to consider yourself a Pan-Africanist. F all those freaking degrees and political books that you think you must read. Just have a heart. I never studied any of this crap, but I'm a Pan-Africanist. I have the heart to be a Pan-Africanist. I have the will, the conviction to know, and I have the simple IQ to understand that together we are stronger because they came to divide and rule. And this division that we've entertained for such a long time has only worked against us and only worked for their benefit. So I'm a Pan-Africanist. Why? Because I want African unity. I want African people to be self-reliant, to live with a sense of dignity and integrity, to fight for themselves. So I'm a Pan-Africanist. Don't believe that you need to study for this. You are ready. This is one of the coolest careers that you can just pick. You don't need to have studied for this. As long as you love Africa, bang, well done. Yes, man.
Leader, much love, much love. I am a white woman born in South Africa, living in USA. My heart is Africa. Welcome, leader, my fellow South African. Thank you so much for your support and welcome to the Unity Advocate membership. Thank you so much.
Yes. She's a member.
Yes, she just created a membership.
Oh, welcome. She's a white South African woman.
Yes.
She's a smart one. She loves Africa and she lives in the US. Okay. Welcome, leader. Appreciate you. Our message, so this one is a very mature person, huh?
Yeah.
Because the way we're talking, people that don't have the IQ or people that don't have the maturity to hear what we're saying,
yes,
they will think we're racist.
Yeah, exactly. And especially because, I'm from South Africa also, and I'm very, we're very on the same page of calling people out, especially in South Africa itself.
Yes, so she's mature. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Welcome to the community. We will talk. Aline will write to you back and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Egos, one of the last part of that question, I'm going to read that question again. Are African leaders old and new? Let's just put some freaking names to that. Old, we're talking about the president of Equatorial Guinea, the Obiangs.
43 years in power, right? Yeah.
That one is 46. Actually, the oldest one is Paul Biya from Cameroon. He's 93 years old.
That's in age.
Yes. He belongs in an old age home. Paul Biya belongs in an old age home. And all the Cameroonians agree. Cameroonians want change to come to Cameroon.
Yeah.
Because the presence, the fact that Paul Biya is still a... Please stop me if I call these puppets heads of states. Huh?
Okay.
Yes. Since Paul Biya has been in there for 43 years. 43 years, Paul Biya has been the president of Cameroon. So old and new. He's the oldest one. The newest one...
the newest one is in
No.
Botswana.
No, not Botswana. There's some other African countries that are extremely very quiet around here, huh?
Ones.
Yes. In 2024 there was upwards of 24 elections.
Yeah,
and even this year there was an election here and there. Namibia, the lady came.
Namibia is recent.
But even after Namibia, I believe there's a new head of state. There's a new president somewhere here. But regardless, ego or beyond ego. African leaders, old and new, ready to work together beyond borders, beyond ego. Let's entertain that ego. The longest run of egotistic leaders is between whoever is the head of state of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda's Paul Kagame. The fact that freaking war between the DRC in East Congo, in North Kivu and South Kivu, in Goma, in Bukavu, the creme de la creme of Africa, the heart of Africa, the richest country on the planet, the DRC.
Yeah.
The fact that conflict has been happening for 30 years has ego to do with it.
Yeah.
But I think that these puppets are more greedy than they have ego. Don't you think? I think
they're never satisfied by the numbers that they are seeing in their bank balance.
Actually, they don't have true ego. They only have ego between themselves.
Like, I have the biggest amount.
They can never.
I can get more corruption.
Yes, they can never exercise this supposed ego to a true leader, not true leader, to any one of these white leaders in imperialistic countries.
No.
They only have egos.
Amongst the small people.
Among the puppets in their own league. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they are more greedy and more selfish and more heartless than they have ego. But they do have ego. Even, Angola, sorry, we're Pan-Africanists, so we're all over the place. Don't worry, we're still with West Africa with the Capitan. See, he's the light right now. He's the direction that we Pan-Africanists are making sure that we awaken the spirit of the mind and to make sure this is the way we're going. We need that mushroom in West Africa to continue to blossom. Yes, fine, but let's take a trip down. We need to always touch different parts of this country, this one country. Ego.
Yeah.
When Angola was the designated mediator between DRC and Rwanda for almost 3 to 4 years, these two puppets of the DRC and Rwanda never met once.
They always said they refused to attend. The delegations arrived and had a meeting. What nonsense.
They are heartless.
Yes.
In the meantime, people were being... Actually, even that Rwanda's survival depends upon them stealing and looting the natural resources of Congo. And Congo is not perfect either. Congo has corruption in every room of Congo. Even in the room of the civilians.
I love the way that you had to just stop there for a second and say, Congo has corruption in every root and corner and nick and cranny.
For a country like the Democratic Republic of Congo that's going through this freaking conflict for decades, where in the last 30 years, 15 million Congolese have lost their lives, for that kind of thing to be happening for such a long time. Yes, there are a number of factors. There's a lot of countries, a lot of players out here, even hidden players, some of them especially in Europe and in the West, that have been benefiting from this looting, from this stealing, this pillaging, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why we say they are corrupt to the core is because they're not even out here fighting.
Yes.
Congolese, my people, where I was born, Congo, they're not fighting. I would respect let me not say a country because it's not the people's fault. It's the fault of these freaking puppets. Although we people, we also have some doing. We are responsible to a certain extent, right? A small extent, not necessarily to the same extent or the full extent that these freaking puppets have, but we need to be vocal. We need to hold our leaders accountable. Even Cameroon with Paul Biya, they're sitting there for 45 years, but the Cameroonian people are not happy. Cameroon, you have a responsibility to come out here and call your leaders out. I know free speech is suppressed over there. They don't allow them to speak. In fact, they get threatened if they start asking questions like, where's our president?
Yeah.
Right? But you would respect at least a nation that's going through conflict, but at least they're out here doing the utmost power to change things.
Yes.
To change things.
And you can actually see the change happening.
Yes.
You can feel it with what people are saying, the civilians of their country are saying about it. Like Burkina Faso, they are saying, I am learning. I am now being taught how to work these machineries in the tomato continent, in tomato company.
In the tomato continent.
Yes.
We have a tomato continent? Oh my goodness. Please say it again.
Wait. I'm just saying, like, the Burkina Faso people, they are proud to say, like, the country, the government, they are teaching them how to use the
tractors, the machineries to build to operate some of those machineries in the tomato factory.
Yes.
To take part into building Burkina Faso.
Yes.
The people of Burkina Faso themselves, the Burkina Faso people, are the ones building Burkina Faso now. With the leadership of His Excellency, His one and only Excellency, Capitan.
And that is
Ibrahim.
how pride is built within a citizen of a country.
You see those Burkina Faso people?
Yeah.
They will never feel the need to come and vandalize things here.
No.
Because you see that tomato factory that you're mentioning?
Yes.
A lot of Burkina Faso people own it.
They have shares.
They have shares. The Burkina Faso people have shares in those tomato factories. 2 of them are completely and they are operational. And there's another one that they are building, so it will be 3 in total. The aim is to first produce tomato paste or to process this tomato paste for the Burkina Faso people to be self-reliant with this particular tomato. And then, God willing, we will start to export it also to the neighboring countries so that it can boost our economy. But the most important point here, like you were saying, the Burkina Faso people own it.
Yes.
So they can never come out here and sabotage it. Because we own it. This is our baby. Right?
Yes.
And they are working directly with the government. So there's no freaking private construction companies out here getting this deal,
Like
benefiting from this.
Yeah, you don't see some white person sitting there with his white hat and the other ones are there with their yellow and blue hats and they're the ones doing the manual labor. No.
No, you don't see that. You don't see somebody posturing out here like, I'm the boss, you.
You're standing there with a clipboard.
What are you doing with my money? We put a lot of money here. No. The people know themselves that they're supposed to do it.
Yes.
Yes. We're not racist, no? Relax. You must understand the sense of humor. Yes. you have to understand. Remember, this is uncensored, and on this channel we are extremely authentic. We say it in a way to keep you engaged also. We have to, because we don't want you guys to leave the stream and to go somewhere else. But we say it in the way that we see color, huh? We see color.
Yes.
So people come out here and say, I don't see color.
No,
This is ridiculous.
That statement, although you understand what it's about, that you love each and every one no matter what color, but you can't erase it from reality.
You can't, man. My
White
eyes.
is white, black is black, and there are differences.
Some of these freaking people who say I don't see color, it's like you just don't see black and white, but you see purple. Why are you wearing red?
Yeah.
Daniel Benson, your English sounds American. I'm pretty good with accents. My English is mixed. I'm multicultural. Born in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1981. I am 43 years old. I know I look young. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys very much. But I grew up in South Africa. In 1991, I went to South Africa. Those were still apartheid days in South Africa. 1991, still the same very year. Lido would know this. It's Lido, right?
Leader, yeah.
Lido would know this. 1991 is still the same year that Oranje was established.
Yes.
Oranje, those whites only towns there. Still the same year. So anyway, in 1991, that's when I moved there as a Congolese person. I was still a kid there. And then from there, I spent some time there. I went to high school there and tertiary school and all that kind of jazz. And then moved to the Middle East, traveled all over Europe, been to the West, been to the Far East, moved around, experienced different cultures, been fortunate enough and been blessed a lot to travel a lot of African countries. Like this Nigeria, we love Nigeria. We've been to Lagos, Ikoyi State, all that, Banana Island, Abuja. We've been to Addis Ababa. We've been to Ethiopia. We've been to Rwanda. We've been to Ghana. We've been to Sierra Leone. We've been all over the place. We've been to a lot of countries. We've been to Togo. We've been to the Sahel. But we made sure that we didn't just go anywhere in the Sahel. But next time, no, we were not so passionate Pan-Africanists then. But this particular time, I'm not going to go crazy, just like a fool out there and just put myself in harm's way. But we're going to do our best to travel deep. As far as it's safe enough. Let's go and see what's going on here and there.
On the outskirts, just having a bird's eye view.
Yes, but we need to visit Burkina Faso.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure. We need to come to Burkina Faso. Yes, let me entertain some more comments here. People are typing here.
Daniel says, yeah, that's American. We're all mixed up.
Yes, we all mixed up. We all mixed up. You talk like us, though. I like it. Much love. So he's from America. We're in America. I have family in America, in LA.
Balazar says, yep, that's why they need to regain control of their resources. Like, I never get how you can call yourself free, independent, or sovereign when you don't have control of your land and what's in it.
Isn't this what's happening in South Africa? That's a question where you have to answer this question with current affairs.
Yes.
Current affairs of what's currently happening now is Black South Africa, who's living in the new South Africa, post-apartheid South Africa, since Nelson Mandela ushered in democracy in 1994. Since then, the land is still in the hands of the minority. 70% of the land of South Africa still belongs in the 7% minority of the white folks, or they like to say of the Mulungu, of people who look like Daniel. But Daniel is not the type to be imperialistic on people.
Yes.
Daniel is a cool guy. For Daniel to be on this channel is a cool guy. For Leba or Leader?
Leader.
For Leader to be also here, she's a cool white person. They understand love. They understand love. They're not out here to discriminate people according to race. But yes, you have to be in charge of your natural resources.
Yeah.
Because the Mulungu, or rather the white guy, or the Afrikaner, let's use the term Afrikaner, the descendants of the Dutch people, who are now playing victim now to fly over to the US under a refugee freaking act. Even when we all know that there's no G-side against white folks in South Africa, they've always had the land. They've always been in control of the means of production of South Africa.
And even those white refugees that went to US, they still have the land. So now they are just more privileged.
I was listening to Julius Malema. Julius Malema is a leader of a progressive party in South Africa called the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighter. It ties in with this particular question that you said, or statement that you mentioned now, about truly being in control of the natural resources of your country. We have to be out here like Julius Malema, the leader of EFF, and fight for economic freedom. He came out to say, you see those particular Afrikaners that took the initiative to vacate? I don't think those ones are actually millionaires. I don't think those ones were true farmers, true boers, true Afrikaners who actually have land and farmer and who are fearing some form of repatriation of land without compensation. I don't think those were those. I think the particular Afrikaners, the 49 or 59 of them that went to Dells, Virginia, welcomed by the Deputy Secretary of State, Christopher Londo, What kind of refugees is that? Anyway, let me not digress. Yes, he says those ones were poor folks who had nothing.
And not to like, judge people. I don't want to judge people. But
This
if
is
you
not
just-
judging. This is calling a spade a spade.
If you just look at them, they actually look like people that are racist. That they are just running from, I don't want to see these people anymore. But you are running to a country where they are, and you have nothing to say on that. You cannot say anything on that.
Yes.
Because your status you are going under is refugee. They are paying for your food stamps. They are paying for your children's education there now.
Yeah. When they say that there's a G-side against white folks in South Africa, the truth is, according to the rules, according to me, and according to a lot of things, and I think a lot of people know that there's no actual G-side. There's no G-side. A G-side, you should look up the definition of what a G-side is. Please get us a proper definition of what a genocide is. We don't want to say that term completely out here because of the sensitivity that these algorithms have. But okay, fine. The truth is, certain farmers, certain Boers, certain white folks do experience some form of criminality from desperate black folks there in South Africa. There are crimes.
Yes, that is true.
You can't come out here and say, no, they don't experience nothing. The thing is, some of those black South Africans, they commit a lot of freaking crimes, huh?
Yeah, they do. They do. And
Those ones.
Yeah, and it's also because of the police force. They are not doing. They're
corrupt.
lazy,
I
man.
can tell you now, and I can say that here because I don't give a crap. You can get away with certain things with those South African police people. You see those freaking roadblocks?
You just
see those?
talk nicely, man.
Do you see those roadblocks?
Yo.
You know how many times I've driven to a roadblock in South Africa? There's a police roadblocks. They're doing checks here. What are they checking? Are they checking for licenses or people are inebriated or whatever? I will just be driving and I get there. If I don't have it, if I don't have my license with me, I'll just tell the guy, my brother, I'm sorry. I don't have my wallet here. I left it. You say, you left it. So you're just driving, huh? You're just having a good time. You look like you have money.
Hey.
South African police. You look like you have money, huh? Okay. Anyway, you can go, but we want to drink coffee. Boom.
And they are not shy.
Shy of what? They're not shy, man. They will just say it. Oh, well, of course, brother. It's cold.
Yeah.
Coffee, yeah. You need it.
You're working hard.
You're working hard here, my bro.
You're standing in the streets here.
No, let's end that coffee. That's not good. We need you. Thank you very much for your service, brother. Okay. Phew. That stuff doesn't happen in certain parts in this world, like in the UAE, in the Middle Eastern countries. Don't even dare freaking assume.
Don't even go around the bush in that conversation.
They'll put a different freaking charge on you right there. Don't even. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot. Even some of the crimes that exist there in South Africa from black folks. I remember there's a lot of stories like this. Some of these black South Africans that commit crimes there in Johannesburg, especially in that Johannesburg hill, bro. They'll come like this. They see you with a cell phone. A confident thief. A professional.
Yeah.
A black South African professional. Not all black South Africans are thieves. Come down. A professional. They'll just come and say, my bro, that's a nice phone, huh? Is that iPhone? Yeah, it's iPhone. Thank you very much. Okay. Look, just take your SIM card.
And you hear it,
You say,
huh?
what do you mean I must take my SIM card? My friend, just take your SIM card. I don't want you to lose your SIM card. What? And then it hits you. You get
And then you look behind, and then the person looks behind. There's another one here.
Yes.
So you cannot even back
My
away.
friend. Another one will even come and talk to you. The one that's more timid, the one that's more softer than the main guy.
Yes.
He'll even come and just warn you and speak to you and look, my friend, he's not joking. Just take your SIM card. He's gonna take that phone now. It's his phone already. It's not your phone anymore.
Let's not make a scene.
He wants you to keep your SIM card. You stand there and be like, first of all, you'll be flabbergasted. You'll be like, wow, this is a different level of strategies. I gotta give these people props out here. Just take a SIM card.
And
man.
if you don't have that little pin for the thing, you take your earring out.
They have the freaking pin. Don't worry, they'll sort you out. And if you're a cool dude, you can even say, my brother, I want to take the SIM card, but I don't have the pin. Can you please help me? You say, don't worry. You need that, huh? Don't worry. Hey, show me. Come. Make you open this thing. It's like friends. You be like friends.
Yeah.
And before you know it, he's taking the phone.
And say, thank you, brother.
He's gone, man. And you walk, no knives, no fighting, no unnecessary chaos. The police could have even been driving past when that scene is being shot.
It would look like friends are catching up.
Yes, because he'll even hold you on the shoulder. Just take out the SIM card. He's not joking. This is his phone already. If you play games with those boys, they'll mess you up right there.
Yeah.
You have to pick your battles well. So we know those stories.
Yeah.
And they exist. And there's a lot of those types of stories in that South Africa.
Yeah.
So when you also hear these conversations where some of these South Africans, they like to blame the Nigerians for crimes and powder sell and all that kind of thing. Look here, my friend. You know, huh? You know, even that powder that they suspect the Nigerian person of bringing into South Africa or selling in South Africa, it's not brought in by Nigerians. It's not, man. There's a freaking kingpin somewhere underground who does that, and that particular kingpin isn't black.
Yeah. No way.
When we say they control the means of production, we mean it on all freaking levels. We don't just mean like in the factories. In the factories in Epping, you know Epping?
Of course, yes.
It's an industrialized area.
Yes.
So anyway, that was a nice little story for you guys to hear. We had to tell that story. It's been a long time. Anywho. They like the jokes. I see they like the jokes.
Yes.
Appreciate you. We're just keeping it real and authentic. This is a community. Everybody that's here, you guys are part of the community. Don't expect politically correct speeches when you come on here.
Yes.
It's unscripted.
Leader is saying there's such a shortage of real leadership in South Africa. Where is the Christian leaders?
God bless you. God bless this lady.
Yes.
Yeah, she brought the highest in here, huh?
Of course.
She brought the creme de la creme, the reason why, the name above all, in the mix here. Yes, we are Christians, huh? Where are they? Where are they?
They are not standing up.
There is such a shortage of real leadership in South Africa. Where are the Christian leaders? Stay strong, brother. You never know what God has for you. You are already a strong leader, just saying. Love you.
Oh, much love,
She's
love.
cool,
leader.
huh? She's a true member. She knows how to motivate the host.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm energized on this one. This is a true member. This is how we want. These are the type of members we want out here. That come out here and ignite and make sure that they keep the fire burning. Patrick, keep going out there. Continue to do your utmost best, and you have our support.
Much love,
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Where are those Christian leaders? Actually, in a true, beautiful world, every leader should be spiritual. Not any funny spirits, yeah?
Not like that inauguration of Ghana president
Not
recently.
kind of Gabon.
Gabon. Oh, sorry. My excuse me.
We're talking about they that worship him in spirit and in truth.
Yes.
Yes, true spirituality.
Yes.
It's the King of Kings and the Son of God. Not this voodoo-ness, this magic. A lot of African leaders, They don't believe in this Christianity type of leadership, in this holy Bible, right? But they will quote it. Many shall come through by my name, huh?
Hey.
Many shall come by my name. Anyway, the inauguration of Gabon, like you mentioned it, that was a funny inauguration, huh?
That one just didn't. You don't want to even watch it completely. You want to sort of squint your eyes because you don't want to witness it.
Do yourself a favor. We cannot really tell that story right now, but the inauguration of the newly elected president of Gabon, who also was a transitional interim leader, because he also took Gabon by coup. What a fake coup. That coup was orchestrated by France.
Yeah.
That inauguration ceremony in that stadium involved a lot of spiritual acts there that didn't sit well with me. But anyway, we are not here to judge on that. We are not here to judge on that. So, it's been fascinating. I think this has been a great stream.
Yes.
You want to
for
keep
sure.
going? Or we call it today? We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely tomorrow.
It's an
yeah.
everyday thing here sometimes. So please, you have to forgive us if we say good night soon. It's been over an hour, right? How long has it been? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah.
An hour and a half is pretty cool.
It's been about an hour and 10, I think.
An hour and 10. Oh, as long as it's over an hour. As
Yeah.
long as we come out here and we deliver at least for at least over an hour. That's good. Thank you very much, Daniel. Daniel, nice to meet you. Belzaire, thank you very much. Belzaire, appreciate you. Legacy, appreciate you. Appreciate you, every single one of you that are still here watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Become a member, like.
Leader,
Welcome. Thank you very much. Daniel, you should be a member. You know, you recognize the accent, so you should be a member. You participated in a positive way. We appreciate you. Everybody else, Belzaire has been here from the very beginning.
Yes.
Belzaire has been doing a great job. Belzaire, you should be a member. Join the community. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Let's dialogue. Let's keep in contact. Okay? Thank you very much to every single one of you guys that took the time.
much love, everyone.
Thank you to Ralfaso for the super chat. Thank you to Lida also for the super chat. We appreciate you guys very much. Follow us on X. We're on X. We get to tweet. We let our views be known. Let our voices be heard on the many different things that are happening in this world. There's so many things happening in this world. One of the great things that I'm actually happy about is the de-escalation between India and Pakistan.
Oh, yes.
That shit was about to take another route. Huh?
We did not want any of that to happen.
That one, because they're both nuclear weapons types of nations. That thing almost went a wrong direction.
Trump had to intervene immediately.
I think even those leaders themselves, somehow they recognized it between themselves that, wait a minute, this would just take things to another freaking level. Because we've been having this Israel and Gaza and Palestine, this Russia and Ukraine, this US and this and that, Congo down. Anyway, they don't care about African wars. If those African people continue to freaking conduct military machetes types of conflicts, that does not threaten us across this freaking Atlantic. Let those they talk, huh?
Yeah.
Don't worry about those. That's been happening for 30 years, man. It doesn't threaten anyone. Talk about this.
Talk about the main ones, man.
Talk about these ones. Talk about those ones with a different skin. Sorry, I said uncensored, huh? Don't worry, we are not racist. But we are just, look, you have to have a level of maturity to understand this sense of humor. It's a sense of humor, but we call it spade a spade. It's what everybody knows. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, merci beaucoup pour votre temps. C'est vraiment gentil que vous étiez là tout ce temps. Merci beaucoup. Moi, je m'appelle Patrick. Moi, je suis l'enfant du Congo. Je suis né au Congo, mais j'ai grandi en Afrique du Sud. Ça, c'est ma femme. Ça, c'est Arline. Arline, je praat Afrikaans.
Yes, dankie baie.
Buy a donkey.
Buy a donkey, Amal.
Buy a donkey.
Yes.
Buy a donkey. Ik lief voor jou.
Ik is lief voor jou.
Ik is lief voor jou. Lida, ik is lief voor jou. Buy a donkey. Buy a donkey.
Yes.
Muchas gracias. Is it muchas
Muchas
gracias?
gracias.
Muchas gracias. What about in Swahili? Aksanti sana. Aksanti sana. Aksanti sana. In Arabic, like they say shukran. Yes. In what other language do we have? What other language do we have?
It's not just at the back.
Thank you very much. In English. They say it in a language that they all understand.
Basic.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you guys so much. You know, it's always a catchy thing before you switch off the live because you want to make sure that they all heard you. And because you're dealing with a lot of people. You're not egotistic like some of these freaking puppets. You're not full of yourself. You're not arrogant. So it's like, I'm sorry to have to do this, but I have to cut it off here.
Yes.
Because we have to say goodnight somehow.
No.
Yes. So glad I came across your channel today. God bless you guys. Lida, God bless you too, and much love.
God bless you, Lida. Thank you.
Welcome. Aline, you better remember her.
Yeah.
I will definitely remember her. Belzair, merci beaucoup. Hi there, where are you from? Born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the creme de la creme of Africa, the heart of Africa, Congo.
Arlene, South Africa.
Arlene, South Africa. But I'm African first, before I'm Congolese. I'm a Pan-Africanist. It means I'm all 54 of the above before I'm Congolese. I'm a true Pan-Africanist. Africa is one country, yes. But I came to this country through the heart of Africa, through that part of Africa in the equatorial region in Congo. Yes, that means I'm Ethiopian. Yes, Maski. Because I'm African first. I'm all 54 of the above first.
Yes.
And then I'm Congolese. So I'm Ethiopian, like she said.
Yes, of course.
I'm Zimbabwean, Moroccan, I'm South African.
I'm Nigerian.
I'm from Burkina Faso.
Hey, you're Burkina Bay.
I'm a Burkina Bay. Yes, and that's why I relate to the Captain Ibrahim Traore.
A continental citizen, as Belzair said.
A continental citizen, yes. Thank you very much, people.
Much love, everyone. We thank you. I thank you so much for joining and really, really appreciate it. God bless everyone.
Boom.